Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Cantwell Beauty. I am Sierra Cantwell. Today I'm going to be going over all of the brushes that I use to apply my makeup every single day. Stay tuned. Okay, we're going to start with eye brushes. The first brush I use every day is the Vasanti eyeshadow 2 brush. I actually got this as one of my, I think it was in a BoxyCharm, and I just use it to apply my eye primer, which is typically MAC Painterly Paint Pot. The first brush I use to apply any type of base eyeshadow is always going to be the Real Techniques Dome Shadow Brush, and it's great. As you can see, it is shaped like it says as a dome, and I use it, like I said, to apply a base shadow, which is usually like a cream or a beige color to just set my primer so that the rest of my eyeshadows are easy to blend. The first brush I use to go in on the crease can be a couple different ones actually. I did get the brand new R37 by Morphe, and as you can see it is like a tapered crease brush, and I love it for just going in and making the crease nice and visible. I'll use a very light to tan color for that, just to use as a transition shade. So I'll use that for that usage. To get a little bit more of that blowout look on my crease, I will use the Sigma Tapered Blending Brush. It is the E40. It is very popular on YouTube, very popular amongst makeup artists, and it is great. I'm probably going to have to invest in a couple more of these. So yeah, that's the Tapered Blending E40. Anytime I want to do some deeper colors in the crease, I will go to one of these two brushes, and they are both by Morphe, and they are the M433 and the M441. And I love these because they are, like I said, great for the crease. So the M441 is a little less direct, so it does give you more of a blowout in the crease area. I do love it for that reason. And then the M443 is a little bit denser and it is smaller, so you're going to be able to get in there. I use it for the outer corners a lot, or like right in the end of the crease, excuse me, on the outside of my eye, I'll use this. Any type of crease work that I do that maybe comes off like it's too heavy, or that I put too much of one shadow and I just really want to get that blend in, I will actually use this next brush without any product on it, and it is the IT Cosmetics 203 Blending Concealer Brush. So I guess you're supposed to use it for your under eye concealer, but I use it in my crease almost every single day to just make sure the crease is nice and blended. Like I said, with no product on it. If I do put product on it, it'll be a very light to almost skin tone shade that I use to blend in my eyeshadows. Now onto the lid. I literally use one brush for my lid. It's gone back and forth. Unfortunately, this one is limited edition, but I'm sure MAC has other brushes that are just like it. And it is the Mariah Carey MAC. I think it was like the 27 brush or something. Don't quote me on that. But it's the Mariah Carey lid brush that I use every day. I dip it in the lid color. If it's a shimmer, I'll put a little MAC Fix Plus on there, and it applies it to the lid so nice. It packs on wonderfully. Like I said, MAC probably has ones that are just like this. I'll find one and link it in the description box so you'll be able to find it. Then for the under eye, I always use something like a pencil brush, or even something like this E18 by Morphe. And as you can see, it's similar to a pencil brush, but it's a little bit thicker and more dome shaped. So it works great for under the eyes. I didn't do any under eye work today because I kind of wanted to go a little bit simpler, so I didn't use it today, but typically I will use it for my under eye. I'll just dip it in like a blue or a, who knows, an orange, and I'll use it for my under eye to really brighten up whatever's going on the lid. Then onto actual pencil brushes that I use for under my brow and inner corner highlight. I will use one of these two brushes, and one is from Kylie Cosmetics, and it did come in a set. The set was $35. I didn't purchase the set. What I did was, during the holidays, they were running a special that if you purchased one thing, I think it was above $10, you got the brush set for free. So I ended up buying, I think, a keychain off of the website during the holidays and got an entire $35 brush set for free. So that was pretty cool. And this was one of the brushes inside of that kit, and I really, really like it. The other pencil brush I'll use kind of in conjunction or instead of is the Beauty Junkies Pro Pencil brush, and it looks like this. I got it as part of a set on Amazon when I was first starting to get into makeup. It was like an 8 to 10 piece set. Again, I'll link it below in the description box and you'll be able to see it. It comes with a great size makeup bag that you can put all of your brushes in if you were to travel, so it's really great for that reason. Okay, on to face brushes. I do have a bunch of those. Typically, I put on my foundation with a beauty sponge of some sort. Right now, my favorites are the Morphe sponges. However, sometimes I will apply my foundation with a brush first and then use a sponge to make it look extra natural. So the two brushes that I use to apply foundation are the Sephora Pro Flawless Airbrush number 56. This is great. I used it in store when I got my makeup done, and I literally was like, I can't leave the store without this. It gives such a great flawless complexion, like it says, flawless airbrush. The next brush I really like is like a, I don't know, flat top. It's not really a flat top, it's a dome top, and it is a M439 by Morphe. And I love this brush for applying foundation. Again, same usage as the last one, just gives sort of a different coverage. It does help you get everything in, so you just want to apply your foundation. You can do it on the back of your hand and dip in like that, or you can apply it right to your face and use circular motions to blend it in that way. So it's really good, the Morphe M439. After I'm done applying my foundation, I will of course apply concealer, and then I will use the Morphe 438 brush to then go under my eyes and set it with translucent powder or some sort of setting powder. And if I put concealer down my nose, I will use this to set any place I put concealer around my face. Again, that is the Morphe M438. Another great brush to use for concealer and the under eye is the MAC 116. Yes, I know it's a blush brush, but I do use it for under the eyes because it's nice and flat. It really gets under there and packs in the powder, so I love it for that reason. And if I use it, I will use it to bake, meaning I will leave the powder on for a little bit longer than I would normally. That's where this next brush comes in handy, and that is the Morphe Y1 brush, and I will use this to simply brush off any excess powder around my face, and it is great for that reason. Okay, once I have put on my translucent powder, I will put on some sort of foundation powder, whether it be MAC Mineralized Skin Finish or my new Lancome foundation powder. I will use the Sephora Must Have Large Powder Brush. It is the brush number 30, and as you can see, it is huge, and I love it. I will simply dip it into my powder foundation and quickly stamp it around my face. Sometimes I'll brush in, but not really. I've kind of gotten into the patting motion because I've learned that it applies less product and really packs it onto your face. That way it doesn't really move throughout the day. Another great foundation powder brush is the Real Techniques powder brush. It's a little bit smaller than the one I just showed you, the Sephora brush, but it does really get in there. You can use this for bronzer, you can use this for powder, you can really use it for anything. It's really a multitasking brush, which actually takes me to the next Real Techniques brush, the multitask brush. So I actually use this one for bronzer, so I'll use it for up here in my temple area, down the side of my face if I want to contour. You might need something a little bit more precise for contour, but just to give my cheekbones some structure there, I will use the multitasking brush, and these actually come in a set. So they come in a set with the dome shadow brush that I showed earlier in the eyeshadow section. The next brush I want to show you is the Flawless Brush by IT Cosmetics. It is the number 227 Flawless Blush Brush. Say that 3 times fast. Say that 1 time fast, actually. I dare you. So this is the perfect blush brush. I literally have not used another blush brush since I got this at Ulta about 2 years ago. Obviously I clean it a lot, but this brush has been through hell and it keeps on going. So I love this brush so much. And the last brush I use on my face every day, or mostly every day, is my highlighter brush. I use a Luxie brush. Now I use something else besides this one, but this is the 660 Precision Foundation. I know it says it's a foundation brush, but the bristles are so soft, and really you can put this into a highlight. Today I used Artist Couture, and I just used it to really go in that section there and a little bit on my nose, and this brush works great. Like I said, they have other brushes that you can probably use for highlighters, but this is the one I chose to use today. Okay guys, that covers all of the brushes that I use on a daily basis. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, tell a friend, and come on back to Cantwell Beauty. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye. This Edward brush hands.